Unfinished buildings like this one are a common sight across India's landscape, especially over the last 18 months. The pandemic has hit the real estate sector quite hard. Numerous projects have been stalled either because of scarcity of labor or due to a scarcity of funding. Demand for both homes and commercial real estate has fallen sharply, leaving high inventory in the hands of developers. And in many cases, financial hardships have meant property buyers have either shelved plans or been forced to abandon them midway. The government's Atmanirbhar Bharat package of late 2020 did put some emphasis on a real estate revival, and measures announced range from a larger tax incentive window for home buyers to tweaks in how property is valued for tax purposes. These measures, coupled with an overall revival in economic activity, helped spark some revival in the real estate sector. Steps by some state governments, like Maharashtra's decision to temporarily cut or waive stamp duty on property transactions, a correction in property prices, and attractive interest rates for home loans also came into play. So much so that a Knight Frank report towards the end of 2021 shows a 41% growth in residential sales across India during the July to December period, with a 51% rise in new launches. However, unsold inventory has remained near constant at around 4.37 lakh units. This is where developers and builders hope Budget 2022 will move the needle.
One is that this interest exemption limit on home loans, this limit of 2 lakhs, which is 2.5 lakhs in certain cases, is honestly a limit which was almost fixed 15 years back. Even if you just inflation index it, it should be 5 or 6 lakhs. And this has been a prayer every year. And unfortunately, it's always been ignored. But that, I think, will provide a huge fillip. The second thing is clearly that I think, this issue of difference between circle rate and actual cost of buying, especially in some of the super luxury properties like in Lutyens or something, it creates a problem. And I think the government does need to become pragmatic about it and do some concessions, frankly, there. See, about a few years back, if you recall, there were some restrictions brought on capital gains as well, in terms of if you sell a property, you can only buy one apartment, etc., which again, for extended families and all, is an inconvenient thing. And again, that's something that should be rolled back.
One of the things which I think is very, very important is to say, if we can have a single tax, we have GST and we have stamp duty, can we have a single tax? I think that can go a long way again, in boosting demand.
The cost of home buying has definitely gone up, and the amount are 20-year loans which are available to home buyers. And if the interest is deduction is available to the buyer, it would be of a huge benefit. The second thing which could come up is the stamp duty benefits that could be given. Today, last year, Maharashtra government brought down from 5% to 2% and 3% respectively for 4 months and 3 months. Both these deductions are useful to the home buyer.
In addition to tax relief, the sector hopes the finance minister will offer more incentives to reboot the affordable housing segment, which has been a favorite of this government. It is also hoping for any measures to incentivize FDI flows in the sector, especially as the focus on smart cities is re-established. In New Delhi, Timsi Jaipuria.